Hi there, my name is Teri Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Deco Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. And I also work toward inspiring others to make their own designs through my wreath making group. And tonight I'm down here in the workshop and we're going to be making a Patriotic bicycle wheel wreath. Alright, so I did go ahead. This is actually a 16-inch bicycle wheel. And interesting story. I thought these were new to, just on trend for now, but not this time. Last time I went to pick out one of these, and some of you guys out there might know this, but apparently back early, like in the 60s, people would use a bicycle wheel to put them on, use as a wreath on their door. And I just thought that was kind of interesting. There was an older couple there talking, and you know how fads are. They come around, and they're popular at once, and then they come around again later. And I just thought that was interesting. But anyway, 16-inch bicycle wheel. I went ahead and I put some foam on. I covered it with moss, just with some floral pins. Now, you do not have to completely cake this. And I just put it on with some floral pins, but we're going to be covering most of this with florals and greens and that kind of thing, plus a bow. So if I look underneath later and I see some foam coming through or peeking through, I can either take something, another floral or green, or a little bit of moss and stick on there, but you don't have to just completely coat it. And I do not recommend that you use glue to secure the moss on the foam. Sometimes then it can give you trouble when you're trying to get your stems in. Okay, and it's just your preference. You'll figure out what you like to do, and if it works for you, by all means, do it that way. Okay. Now I did go ahead and make our bow, and these are 5-inch loops. I have the one loop of just a plain royal blue canvas. And then this has become my favorite Patriotic ribbon. I ordered this, and I actually have some for sale in my ribbon shop, boxmybow.com. But I love how it has the tinsel on the sides here. And of course it has the waves and the Patriotic stars and such, but it's really good quality ribbon. I just love that little bit of sparkle. I have it in some of the kits. I've got it in the 1.5. Some of the kits I've got it in 2.5. And then, of course, then we have just the lame that has the red, silver, and blue. Okay? So that's what we've got so far. I did gather some greens and some red, white, and blue florals. I don't know which ones we're going to use as far as the florals yet, but they'll be red, white, and blue. Okay? So now if you have any questions, be sure and put them in the comments. I will try to watch them as best I can. Do know that Facebook is still having hiccups as far as the comments, and they're not showing us all the comments. So please, understand, if I don't comment or if I don't acknowledge your question or your comment, I have not seen it. Okay, I hate that, but it's not just our page; it's all of the Facebook pages. Everybody that's going live is having that trouble. So this is one of my favorite bushes. It is a plastic mixed greenery bush, 15 inches, and I like it because it has so many different textures. It has like the fern, and it has the ivy. Well, it's not really ivy. It's kind of almost like a tea leaf that's kind of wispy, and then it has a little bit of berries. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting some greens on first, okay? All right. Oh, the skew of the bush. Yeah, it's not a Hobby Lobby bush, Nancy. If you go to Greenery Market, and I think Trendy Tree carries this bush, but the skew is 13292, B as in boy, U as in unusual, and 9. That's 13292. BU9. Okay, but I said I know Greenery Market carries it and Trendy Tree. I don't know about the Wreath shop, but I've seen it in those two places. But it's really a nice all-around bush. I really like it. I need to get some more because I think I've got this and one more, and then I'm out. So how's everybody this weekend? Did you have a good weekend? We kind of stayed close to home. I worked all weekend, but we didn't try. I don't think I didn't leave the house all weekend. I just worked is all. But sometimes it's nice, especially after having a holiday and everybody over, and you're, while that's good, it's still, sometimes you need a weekend to recoup. My husband and us, I got a leftovers of bush. I should be using that. My husband and I are both kind of homebodies. Hey Teresa, how are you? Yeah, I need to get some, like I said, I need to get some Patriotic going. I've got all these really cute things to use, but sometimes it's like a kid in a candy shop, you got all these things and you kind of like paralyzed where you can't think of what you're going to do, so you don't do anything. Okay. All right, so we've got that, and just like always, we're going to take these pieces and we're going to kind of fluff them. Take each piece and kind of bend it, get the leaves going in the right direction, that kind of thing. Now, I'm not going to cake this on here. I'm going to try to keep it kind of light and airy, but we're just going to have kind of establish our perimeter and kind of provide a bed for the florals. I'm going to just go ahead and zoom in. Carol's wanting to know where I got my wheel. I got this one from a local craft shop, Jeffrey Allen's, but I know that Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree, and the Wreath shop all carry them. I don't know if the Greenery Market has them or not, but I know they were out of stock last time I looked, but I just happened to find some here locally. All right, I'm just going to start here and just, like I said, just kind of establish a perimeter. I don't want it real large. I want the wheel to be appreciated. So if I go over there, I'm going to come down here, go the opposite way. See how that kind of drapes? That's what I like about this bush. It has a little bit of life to it, so to speak. You can imagine when it's on the, doorway, how the wind will catch it and it'll kind of move with the wind. Just kind of drapey. I'm going to bend that down just a little bit. All right, now, let's see. I'm going to come in here a little bit closer. I don't want to go down too long. I don't want this to be overpowering, like I said. I want to make it kind of small and petite, so to speak. I'll bring some a little bit forward. I went over there. I'm going to come over here on the opposing side. This. Then we'll bring one just right here in the center a little bit. See me grabbing at things, I'm grabbing at glue strings. There really is something there that I'm messing with here. Actually, I'm going to go down a little bit lower. Oh, no, I'm going to turn that toward me. That might be a little bit too... I'm going to keep on going. I might be a little bit long on the bottom. Again, I don't want it to be real huge. I don't, you got to think about scale when you're designing these kinds of things. But I can always come back later and kind of trim it down just a little bit. Okay. And we'll come back later too, and we'll put a little bit of greens up there as well. But again, I don't want them real tall. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead next. I'm going to place my bow. And like I said, I have just one loop of the royal blue canvas, and then I have 2 loops of the 1.5 inch Patriotic on either side, and then the 1 loop of the lame. And I've secured this with a pipe cleaner. And what I'm going to do, because I could try to go ahead and tie this all the way around that block, but I don't want to do that. I would rather, let me scoot over here a little bit. I would rather secure it with a floral pin. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and I'm going to make a stem. So I've got something to grab onto with that pick. Okay, so I've got a little stem there. Okay. Yeah, Liz is exactly right. That's what I did. I used the floral pins to secure it. Whoops. The pipe cleaner slipped out. Can't talk and do anything else at the same time. But yeah, I took floral pins and just secured it with a bike wheel. All right, and I want the bow to be kind of up and toward the center. Let's put him right about right there. I'm going to want some florals and some greens up here behind it, but then I also want some down here underneath of it as well. That's my plan anyway. Like I said, I'm in love with that Patriotic ribbon. You know me, anything blingy, I love it. All right, I had brought several different florals. I'm not sure which ones we're going to use. Of course, I went red, white, and blue, and I had originally thought I was going to bring some hydrangeas in here. I have the white ones, but then I found this bush. This is actually a Hobby Lobby bush here that I've got some leftovers. Then I found the royal blue. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe because I've got some blue cosmos that I could also use as far as my blue, or I could use the hydrangeas. Let me see. Let me try them on for size. I think I like the white better. Plus I've got geraniums too. Let me see. I think I'm going to go with the white hydrangeas. Okay. And this one, I obviously have torn this out of another project. Let me see what I can do to get that usable again. I can probably put a steel pick on it. Or I could just use one of these that doesn't have that problem. Let me see. Kind of like that, just kind of peeking up behind the bow like that. All right, I'm going to trim this down quite a bit at an angle. Okay. I'm going to go with the white hydrangea. I'm hoping this isn't going to end up too big. Okay, and then like I said, we'll put a little bit of greens up here. I don't want to go any higher than this though. I don't want to hide the spoke of this wheel. We'll come over here. I'm pretty sure we're going to end up trimming some of that. It's just looking a little bit large for me. I'm going to hold off on my third hydrangea just yet. I might end up adding him later, but I'm going to wait on that. Now, as far as the red, like I said, I have the geraniums, but the flower petals are pretty similar to shape to here, so I'm not going to use those. I also have these that I thought might be cool. These kind of spiky delphiniums. Actually, I'm kind of liking that. I think we'll go with these. I also had some lilies, but I think as soon as I put those up there, I thought they make me think of fireworks. Hey, Cindy and Lane. And there's Karen. How are you guys doing? Hey, Zuli. All right, let me see. Yes. All right. That one's going to go there. Just kind of makes me think of fireworks. That might be weird, but that's the fact. All right, so I'm gonna up there. Let's go over here. Well, actually, I don't like that. Let me go here. Not so sure I like that over here. Might let that kind of peek out behind out here. And maybe stick a smaller one here. I can always clip off part of this if I want to. All right, let me cut off one more. That flower head just came right off of this. All right, I need to bring something over here, I think. However, I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. I don't want it sticking out quite that far. I just want a little bit of the red to incorporate it over on this side. There. Just give it a little haircut. Hey, Holly, Jenny. I'm not seeing any comments, you guys. Oh no, I didn't know they had a volcano eruption over Barbados. Oh my goodness. I've been out of touch this weekend. Like I said, I've been working all weekend, and I did not know. Wow. Tell you what, is anything else going to happen in the world? I tell you. These last couple of years have been doozies. I'm going to go with the Cosmos. Since we used the red in the Delphinium, I think then we can go ahead and throw in these Cosmos, which you know those are my favorite. I got to see how long I want to put them though. That's a little bit too long, so I'm going to need to separate these up, and I'll probably have to pick them because the stems are pretty thin, I think, and I don't know for sure, but maybe. Isn't that pretty? Love these. Let me trim this down. I'm going to have to put a pick in it. I want to bring these in a little bit closer to the hydrangea. And I'm going to be working in a triangle over here. Then we'll come down here and work on this side. I'm sorry, I'm just hardly seeing any comments, you guys. There I see one from Sally. Oh my goodness, all over both islands. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible. I'm going to go ahead and pick a few of these flowers. One more. Okay. Back here, bring a little of the color back this way, and then I'll bring one down in this direction. I'm going to turn it toward me and see. I think that one might be a little bit too long. Let me go ahead and I just felt like I wanted it just a little bit closer in here to the bow. And I'm going to have to pick it. It's not going to go in there. There we go. All right, I like the way that's looking over on that side. Now I'm going to start bringing some of that color over here. I still do need to bring a little bit more white down here also. I don't think I need this big of a head, though. And like I said, I borrowed this off of another project. Let me see if I can trim it down a little bit. I just want a little touch of the white over here. Maybe about like that. Bring him down that way. I think that looks good. All right, let me trim it off. And so I can get a little bit of distance down. I said I want to bring it, I don't want to bring it up here right close to the bow. I want to bring it down just a little bit so that you're getting a little bit of the color off to the side. So I'm going to need to put a pick on this one, but the steel picks are not going to be long enough. I'm going to have to use a wooden pick. And I'm just going to wrap my wire right around this area right in here. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Now I'm seeing some comments again. I tell you, between having the trouble to sign on and then all the other things, Facebook's not making it easy on us that are going live. I mean, they want you to go live, but they don't make it any easier for you. They really don't. All right, where's my tape? There it is. I'm just grabbing some floral tape so I can attach this wooden pick. Hey, Deborah and Jeannie. There's Linda. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, sometimes my imagination can get me in trouble, though, Cindy. Drives my husband crazy. Got a terrible, terrible squirrel syndrome. Get distracted very, very easily. I think it's gotten worse since I retired from medicine. In fact, I know it has. It really has. Oh, thank you, Carol. All right, I've got my pick on it now. Like I said, I needed to add just a little bit of length to it. I just want it kind of dropping down here to kind of bring the eye down just a little bit. Okay. I'll tighten that up in there just a little bit more. There. That floral tape always makes your hands so sticky. Okay, now let's bring a little bit more of the blue down over on this side. We'll trickle in a little bit over here as well. I'm really loving these Cosmos. Let me trim a few of them off again. I've got to get another stem going. So who all's been thinking and itching about fall? Do you know I've already been selling fall in my Etsy shop? And it's just going to be a few weeks. I was going to start in May, and that's just a, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks away? And supposedly I'm supposed to be getting some fall supplies, fall and winter supplies in May, but who knows with the way the shipments have been running. I don't know. I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. Is anybody else ready to start on some fall designs? Oh, Nancy's ready for fall. Me too. It seems like we, you know, when we're crafting for sale, I mean, we got to start early or you're behind the 8 ball, especially for like fall and Christmas. But it seems like by the time that the season's actually here, like now for spring, you know, we've been doing spring for so long, I'm tired of it. My pick machine is not behaving tonight, guys, either. Something about... Just taking my pliers and kind of squeezing these down on my stem. It's not wanting to close completely for some reason. Pick machines are great when they work, but they can be moody. I've said that before. Let's see. I'm going to bring it a little over here. Maybe one of them up here, a short one. I have to be honest, I wasn't really a fan of these bicycle wheels too much in the past, and then I got a request to make one, And now I'm a fan. I really like them. It's something different, and they're kind of fun. Makes kind of changes the pace from a normal wreath, you know. Okay, all right, I'm going to turn it toward me now and kind of see what we have. All right, we still need a little bit of blue down here, and we might even throw in a little red down there too, but I think we'll go with the blue first. Right in this area. I need a blue right in here, so I'm going to need a long one. Let me look and see what I can do. Yeah, I want it right there. Guys, if you could see my table, it's a mess. I know you can't see it right now, but it's a... Oh, and I'm out of picks. Shoot. All right, so let's do this. Another wooden pick. Sorry. Oh, I know, Nancy. Fall and Christmas are busy. That's why I usually start in on fall in June, but after last year I said this year it's going to be May. I'm not waiting. Nell's wanting to know how I attach the foam, and I used I used floral pins on the back to stick it with or secure it to the bicycle frame, and then yes, I did cover it with moss. Not completely. Now, usually what I'll do, I'll put foam, or not foam, felt on the back to cover up the mechanics, but you don't have to completely cover it in moss, because you can hardly see any of the foam looking straight on at it like this. Oops. All right, let me look at it here, see what we got. I think we need a little bit more red. Look and see what we can do. Might need a little red back there and a little bit more red. We need more red back here. And I think maybe a little bit right here, just a short piece. I don't want to cover up the bicycle wheel. Whoops. And then a little bit down here. And as you can see, if we don't like the length, we can always shorten these up a little bit. It might be too long. I'm going to go toward the back on this one. Sorry, I know you're looking at the back of my head there. All right, let me get another one. Where else did I say it? I want a little short piece of red right here. So we'll for sure have to shorten this one up. Now let me look again here. Shorten this over here. Don't be afraid to do that. I mean, I'm constantly, you can ask in my group, I'm always giving my things haircuts. Grasses, greens, flowers, just wherever it needs it. All right, let me see what else. I think we need one more piece of red right through here. Maybe even peeking out from underneath the bow, or the ribbons, I mean. I need to trim those bow tails also. Let me see here. I almost want it kind of sticking out behind underneath like that. Let me shorten this up. Think another white flower? Yeah, I think you're right, Kathy. I think you're right. All right, let me trim up these tails, and then we'll see what other florals we need to add. The tails are starting to kind of get in my way. I'm just going to dovetail them, and then we'll curl some of them up. And I'm on purpose making that side a little bit longer with the tails. Can you see those? Yeah. Making that side just a little bit longer. So I want the weight of the design over that, on that side. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn it toward me here a second. Yeah, I almost need some white back here. Maybe a touch right here. Let me see if I've got... It's not going to be quite enough. Let me look and see what I have. Oh, I know what I have. I know. Got these little things. These are gonna kind of look like a, I don't know, makes me think of fireworks also. Maybe we can use these. I forgot I had these over there. Let's see. I'm just going to cut a few of these off, and then we'll place them. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of them on there. I think these will be cute. Maybe a little bit of white right in there. Maybe a little bit more. It needs a little bit, a little bit shorter. This was actually too long. I don't like that. Okay, let me get another one and stick over there too. Just make a little cluster there. There we go. All right, I like that. Let's see, let's sprinkle a few more of those around. Zuli, actually I got one of the smaller one of the Zuli's wanting to know if the real bicycle wheels would be too large. I don't think so. I mean, of course, not one of those racer bikes or something like that, but I think so. And like I said, I don't think you were here when I was telling about the older couple that I overheard while I was buying these, apparently they used to use bicycle wheels back in the 60s, 50s and 60s, I think they said, as wreaths. So this is not a new thing, which I didn't know that. Let's see. Boy, these wires on these are really tough. They don't look like they would be, but they are. All right, let's sprinkle a few of these around. I don't like the way those are placed. Hang on. Hold on. This one didn't want to go in very easily. It's kind of struggling with it. And I ended up not going in where I wanted him to. Wait a minute, a little bit closer. There we go. Now let me get one more here. Yeah, Zuli, grab them. And if you want to spray paint them, you could spray paint them whatever color, or you could just leave them the way they are. Okay, now we need to sprinkle just a few more of these little balls. I don't want to just looking like ears over here. I want to kind of sprinkle them around just a little bit. So we'll put a few more, but I think that's a great touch for the white that we were needing. You bring some down here. And maybe one more over here. Need some pointing downward. Go right there. Okay, all right, turn toward me again. All right, now we need some extra greens over here for sure. I think we're good on the color though, unless we brought a little bit more blue right here. I think I will. So a little bit more blue right there. Oh shoot, I forgot I ran out of steel picks. I should have checked that before I went live and I forgot. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Oh, Kathy's going to take the wheels off her bike now. Everybody will be going around to rummage sales. Yeah, they're always, you can always find them. Oh, Carolina Pottery has some. I always forget about there, Nancy. Or Penny, I forgot all about them. right, let's put this right in here. Well, he's not wanting to go in. I've got my stem too thick, I believe. I needed my steel pick. That's what I needed. There we go. Okay. All right, let's fill in with just a little bit more greenery. And I'm going to take this green that we had before, I'm going to cut it down into pieces because I don't want to get this really packed in there real full. We use some of these wispy, well, I think they're tea leaves. I might be wrong, but that's what makes me, what they look like to me. We need a little bit of greens back here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Joanne. How are you? I didn't see you out there. Having to separate these out because if I keep them all bunched together, they're going to be much too thick to go into the foam. So I've got to do them separately, but we've got to tear some of these. I'm tearing some of these ferns off of the bottom of it so that I've got enough stem to go in there. And we're going to go right in this area right here. Just a little bit more. Okay. All right, let me look at it again here. I think we're getting pretty close to being done. Almost feel like I need a little bit of white right in this area. Maybe down here. I think I'm going to bring one. We need one there. And then I feel like I need one right here. I think that's my last one. So I need to use it sparingly. Nels want to know, do I put anything on the back to protect the door? Yes, I cover them with felt now. I just take felt and glue it to the back where the foam is. All right, let me make sure I've got enough stem on this here, which I believe I do. Go right in here. I was debating on leaving that leaf on there or not, and he fell off, so I'm just going to leave it off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn it one more time here and check and see where we're at. I think we need a little green over here. I was thinking I was going to have to trim some of this off over here, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. I'm looking in the camera, sorry. Sometimes I can see something in the camera that I can't see up here. I think we're done. Thank you, Donna. I'll get my table wiped off here. I got to keep that pick machine out and remember to fill it again. So, all right, well, that's all I have for you today. And as always, I did put a link in the comments if you are interested in purchasing this. If you go to that link, it'll take you right to my Etsy shop. But it is available for purchase. If it doesn't sell, of course, I'll just keep it and use it on my door. And as I said, I do have some of this ribbon available in some sets that I've got listed in my ribbon shop. It's boxmybow.com if you want to check those out. I will be listing some more sets. I got some ribbon in over the weekend, but I've been so busy doing some other things, I just haven't had time to get them listed. But look for that. We will be going live Tuesday here on the page, doing bows, talking about ribbons, and that kind of thing. I had some requests to do the pro bow this time, so that's what we're going to be working on. And if anybody has any requests for specific kinds of ribbons or anything, be sure and let me know that too. All right. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.